Hello students, and welcome to the next lesson in our AS level Human Geography course. Today we're going to be looking at youthful population case studies, and in particular Uganda. What is a youthful population? A youthful population is one where the average demographic age of the total population decreases over time and is proportionally low. Uganda is a prime example of a country that has a very low population, and it's located more or less in Central Africa. So why is Uganda becoming much younger? The birth rate in Uganda is very high, as parents are having more children due to a number of reasons. They're used as economic producers, so parents can have more children to help them work on farms to be able to produce more resources. The infant mortality rate is very high, so children are being born a lot more often, so that parents can have higher chances of having more children to then be able to use as the economic producers. And there's also a lack of contraception in the country, so as a result all of these factors are pretty much proportionally causing the birth rate to outdo the death rate, and as a result the proportion of youth is becoming much younger. So now we're going to have a look at impacts of a youthful population. It has an impact on health, because there's a lot of money that has to be spent on healthcare for more people being born, more vaccinations being given to children, and the children being ill. The GDP of the country is going to decrease as a lot of money is being spent on all of this. The GDP, however, may also increase because now there's a much larger potential workforce in the long term. So there's no strict laws on child labour, so because of this the workforce is going to be able to work much harder to be able to produce more goods which can then be imported to other countries. Also, it's going to have an impact on services. As people have more children, they're going to have less disposable income to be able to spend on goods and services within that country, because more money is being spent on their children. As a result, the services aren't going to do very well. And there's also an impact on education. As there are more children in the country, more of them have to be educated, so the government is going to have to spend more money in education to try and produce more schools and improve it for all the new kids. So how do we manage a youthful population to prevent all these negative impacts from occurring? Well, you can deal with the impacts in these ways. You can encourage the population to have less children. You could probably do this by educating them to do so, and introduce more family planning and contraceptives so that the population is limited. You could also encourage them by offering financial incentives or other plus benefits to the families in order to have them to have less children, a bit like China's one-child policy. You could also introduce regulations to prevent early marriage, which will then result in less children being born at an earlier age. In Uganda, a lot of females get married around the age of 15, 16, so if you prevent these early marriages by having these regulations in place, there are going to be less kids that a woman is going to output within her years. Here you have some questions. Have a go at pausing the video and writing them down on a separate sheet of paper, and then hit play whenever you're ready to see the answers. Here are the answers. If you did get all three of these right, congratulations. I'd advise you to move on to the next video, which is going to be looking at an aging population, and specifically the UK. For more revision material, be sure to check out www.revisealevel.co.uk, where there's tons more information on human geography, or many other A-level subjects for that matter. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.